How far do you think he intends to go?
All the way, until he stopped. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. His playbook, unfortunately, seems to be to acquire and consolidate power at all costs.
That's right. This is Elon Musk's old ex-friend, longtime ex-friend. I played a clip of this on a previous video, but I found more about the whole 60 Minutes Australia episode. I'm just going to react to some of it, and I'll link to the whole thing if you're interested in the description as well. It's a pretty interesting program. So let's get into it. I'm going to react to what Philip Lowe says about Elon Musk and why he's so dangerous, why he thinks that, after knowing him for so long, and what Elon's doing now.
We were busy building the future. We were both working very, very hard, and we grew to be quite close. Exactly.
This video from 2013 shows the pair back in happier times, but their relationship would turn toxic.
I felt he wasn't treating other people well. I noticed a change in his demeanor. He was being aggressive with people who had his best interest at heart, not with me, but I noticed him do that with a number of people. And I felt that as a friend, I wouldn't be in his corner if I didn't call him out on it. So I did, and he acknowledged that I did that, but he didn't change his behavior, and it got worse and worse during COVID.
So a lot of people have been saying this, that Elon changed over time, so-called red-pilled at a certain point. There's a long-time friend saying this, and we've all seen this kind of descent of Elon, and then he joined the MAGA movement with Trump and then went into DOGE, and this guy thinks that he's up to something other than what he says he's up to.
It's undoubtedly Musk's most surprising role to date, running President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency.
Headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it.
Seeing his old friend with a sudden and outsized influence in the White House, Philip now fears Elon Musk has an ulterior motive, one designed to boost his profits and his power.
They're parading that he's saving taxpayers' money. What he's actually doing is he is defunding organizations that regulate his companies. So he is weakening the people who would have weakened him.
So where he says he's fighting for the American taxpayer.
Respectfully, I say that's bullshit. And just like when he calls himself a free speech absolutist, when he clearly is boosting certain voices on X, including his own, and shadow banning others, relatively speaking. So no, I know him too well to understand that this is a charade.
He knows him so well. He knows what Elon's up to. It's about power and money, getting the most power he can, while he's saying he's doing good for the country here, but as he said, dismantling things that could regulate him and his companies, and also looking for government contracts. There's conflicts of interest there, which we'll get into. Other people say that too.
What is your ultimate fear?
My fear is that he is that he's manipulating President Trump to tear up the Constitution until he will tear up President Trump.
So they're pretty serious words there. Dismantling democracy and the Constitution. This is a really big deal, and a lot of people don't seem to realize that this is actually what's going on, but this guy does, his old friend, ex-friend.
I think that there is a power struggle right now between President Trump and Elon Musk. And I only say that because I've seen Elon at work when he wants something. I know what he's capable of. So that is why I need to speak right now.
Is Elon Musk the type of person who cares about criticism?
Tremendously.
So he would be right now, you think, watching and listening to criticism, and it would be affecting him?
His blood pressure might go up. But then again, the ketamine might help.
The ketamine won't help. He does seem to be thin-skinned. What he said about free speech there, it's really free speech for him and people who are acceptable to him on X. There's definitely not free speech there. A lot of voices get suppressed, some get boosted, in fact paid. But if Elon boosts somebody like his Elongelicals, his sock puppet accounts, they get money, people working for those because he boosts them, and there's ad sharing on there, and a lot of things that are critical of him do not get boosted. Quite the opposite. I don't bother putting videos on there, that's for sure.
I think that President Trump knows that he has an Elon problem, but he reminds me of somebody with a rabid Rottweiler, who tells his neighbors that he's actually trained the Rottweiler to be that aggressive because he wants to own the narrative and he doesn't want to be upstaged by Elon.
How dangerous is this Rottweiler?
Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous because the White House is Elon's biggest investment.
You say Elon Musk is hungry for power.
Mm-hmm.
How far do you think he intends to go?
All the way until he's stopped.
Wow. See that he says that Elon is like a Rottweiler that Trump's trying to control, but Elon is really after ultimate power until he is stopped. It's pretty scary. And this is somebody who knows Elon really well.
His playbook, unfortunately, seems to be to acquire and consolidate power at all costs.
Okay, that's amazing stuff. Now we've got some other people saying something about the conflicts of interest.
Author and journalist Batya Ungasagon supports Donald Trump's agenda for radical change, but she also has real concerns about his chosen first buddy.
On the one hand, he's doing incredible things. On the other hand, he has a lot of potential conflicts of interest. I mean, if he could get government contracts for his AI company, this would be very big for him. Get better contracts for Tesla with, cyber trucks and so forth. So the potential to win here, to come out ahead, I think is very, very high. And this is why I think President Trump has to be very vigilant that there are no true conflicts of interest and that nothing, that lacks propriety actually happens.
That's assuming that Trump is against the conflicts of interest. Maybe he doesn't care. We've seen him launch a meme coin just days before he became president. He's done a infomercial for Tesla on the White House driveway, helping his buddy Elon here. So for her to assume that he doesn't know about this and he doesn't condone it, but as Philip Lowe said there, maybe Elon is even pulling one over on Trump as well. He wants power and wants ultimate power. And with his other broligarchs, the other tech billionaires, and there's another video about that coming up. I'll let you know about that soon. I'm going to link to that. I'm going to go on and talk about that after this video.
Where I think it starts to go south is when you look at where his interests lie. This relationship with China, which is our greatest adversary, over which we need to have leverage and not the other way around. This is a real problem. You have to understand, this is a person who casts himself as a sort of maverick renegade who isn't, shy to insult people in power, but he has never once said anything less than obsequious about Xi Jinping or the Chinese Communist Party.
That is correct. Other people have pointed that out too. It's amazing. He talks about free speech. He's never criticized China about free speech. He doesn't say an unkind word or any criticism about China whatsoever. Why is that? Because he's trying to sell Teslas in there. They've got the big factory there. He's doing business in there. But Elon never says anything. He's so critical, abusive, insulting about so many different people, but not a word of criticism about China at all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a bigger fan of the...
Oh, now this is a fan of Elon, this guy here. I put this in to show you the other side. It's just sickening how much this guy here is a sycophant.
New cutthroat style of governance than James Fishback.
So he works for a finance company, investment company, I believe, and he's right in there helping.
He is the Henry Ford and the Albert Einstein and the Thomas Edison of our time, and he is working with the greatest president of our time to save America. There's no question that it's unprecedented. Unprecedented needn't be a bad thing.
This guy's so creepy. I think this guy's so creepy.
Company. Think about what makes a company a company. It hires people. So does the government. It takes in revenue. So does the government. It spends. So does the government. Literally in every single way, they are the same.
He's saying that the government is like a company. They're not. It's not like a company. It's not the same thing at all. Elon's seeing it like that. He's treating it, say, like Twitter when he went in and cut Twitter. But the government is not like a company. There's so many things it does that are unlike companies under capitalism. Thinking of Social Security and Medicaid in the way that it helps people, the safety net. These people don't seem to think about this. And Elon certainly doesn't, and that's one of the reasons why it's so dangerous, I think, what he's doing.
You probably have to cut a little bit too much. You have to go a little bit too far and then pull back as a result.
We're seeing that already with some of the federal workers that were sacked
Yeah.
recently and then rehired.
Sure.
a couple of days later.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Tough weekend for him.
No harm to people losing their jobs and making big mistakes like this. I've laid out in other videos how they cut programs, some essential programs. So he's smiling here, but it's like the smiling assassin.
It's off to a smashing start, but as always, may the best argument win.
Okay, so this is a Democratic politician talking about this, the oligarchy, and that's going to be the next video. I'm going to point to that in a minute.
The wrecking ball of right-wing authoritarianism is swinging right through Congress and coming directly at the freedoms of the press and the people right now. The self-appointed CEO of this operation is the unelected bureaucrat and aspiring techno dictator Elon Musk.
And I have made another video about this, the oligarchy and tech fascism. So I'm going to point to that at the end of this video and put it in the description and put it in the pinned comment, a link to that video on the politics channel, the new politics channel. And right now, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to put a link to that video right here. So go and see that right now. It's like a continuation of this one, getting more into these people and what they're up to. And thanks for watching this one, everyone. And I'll see you in the next one.